Hey guys, hope you're all doing well today. And as you can see, we're back in the condo. We are not in Florida. The trip is over, unfortunately. That sucks to say and hear out loud. But we're gonna end things on a high note with a haul video. So let's get going. For this video, I'm gonna try and do it by store as much as possible to give you guys a better idea of where I'm actually shopping when I do my shopping in Disney World. So for the first day, we actually went to Disney Springs. So let's start off there. So as you guys may already know from past videos or past vlogs, I'm a huge Pop Funko fan, and that collection is still growing to this day. Right now it's sitting at 68, and in the next few weeks it'll probably grow a lot more. But while I was in Disney Springs, one of the stores that I went to was the Disney Pin Trader store, which it's quite possibly my most favorite store in Disney Springs. What I ended up finding was the Breyer collection. Breyer Rabbit, Breyer Fox, and Breyer Bear all in one set. This was $49.99. I'm a huge fan of this one. It's not the Splash Mountain one, which would have been really cool, but this one's awesome just for the fact that it's the 30th anniversary of Splash Mountain from Disneyland, which seems to be a recurring thing this year with the Haunted Mansion doing their anniversary as well. So this one's awesome, and I'm really glad to add it to my collection. I'm also a huge pin collector, but one thing I don't really have a whole lot of are the, they're not really pins, but they're kind of like forms of the pin, just bigger, and they kind of hang at the bottom of the lanyard if you're wearing a lanyard around your neck. I wanted to get one that was based kind of on the holiday, and since it was Halloween, they happened to have one specifically for Halloween, so I picked it up. It was $14.99, but it's a pumpkin, and I really like this one. It's solid, it's heavy. I mean, just comparing it to my hand alone is, it's a pretty solid size. So, really like this. And then just a little bit down the ways from the pin trading store is the Lego store. And I am a big kid for the Lego store. So, of course, I had to pick up something. And like always, I usually end up picking up a Star Wars Lego. And this one I'm really pumped for because I'm a huge fan of bounty hunters, or all the bounty hunters in the Star Wars galaxy. So I went ahead and bought the Slave One, which is Boba Fett's. This is the 20th anniversary. I'll actually show a picture when I actually show the Lego. I'll show a picture of the first one that released 20 years ago and this one now, which looks so much different, so much better. But this one's actually really cool because it comes with a collectible figure as well with the whole set. So this guy came in at $120, and unfortunately you can't use the annual pass discount, so I wasn't able to use it on this one. You can use it in the Lego store, just not on specialty items, and this, because it's the 20th anniversary, it's considered a specialty item and you can't use it. But I really find this ship really cool, just for the fact that one, it has a handle on it, so it makes it really easy to actually hold, let alone like all the stuff is movable, like down here, his chair is also movable because this is the flying position, this is the landing position. So his thing is actually going to tilt up and down, swivel when he's landing or flying, as well as having the cargo compartment on the bottom here with the Han Solo and Carbonite. So to get all the other characters that are the 20th anniversary type stuff, or the 20 years, you need to get all of the other 20th anniversary editions, which may take a lot of money, seeing that the Millennium Falcon is $800, and I don't see that happening anytime soon. And then for some odd reason, they were giving away some Legos, and I have no clue what these are. This one is a hidden side Lego. I have no clue what it is. Like, just judging from that and from the picture, apparently there's a game that you could use this with, and there's an app that it works with. So I may have to try this out one day just to see how it is, as well as this Brickheads one. It's a Valentine's Day Bumblebee. I have absolutely no why I would have. Well, they have a turkey and Mr. Claus. Why couldn't I get the turkey? As well as a little bag of, I have no idea what Legos these are. Like, it's just a weird little thing to give away. At least give me some instructions with it, you know? The hidden side Lego was $12.99. The Valentine's Day one was $4.99. And I have no idea what this was. It's probably a cheap little thing that they give out for free. So maybe one day I'll build these too. So I went ahead and started a brand new tradition this trip, which usually in the past, I've usually bought ornaments for my parents when I'm able to go and they weren't, just so that they would have, my gift to them would be an ornament from that current year. Well, I decided to start my own tradition this time around, and I'm buying the ornaments for myself and for my Christmas tree. For this one, it came out to $31.73, and this is my very first ornament from Disney. I absolutely love this one. It just, to me, it comes off as a very classic design. What's really cool, and I don't know if you guys can see it if it comes on camera that well, there are, like, it looks like pixie dust right on top of the name and on the side, maybe a little on the bottom too. The pixie dust in the book was actually shown as like a white with a blue background or something like that. But if you change it to gold, which was the color of the Figgle Family 2019, it actually kind of looks like snowflakes. So it really works really well. I'm more than excited. I can't wait for Christmas. I know it's only like October 1st, but I can dream. I can plan early, right? It's not weird. So in Disney Springs is a store called the Co-op Marketplace, which is one big building with a whole bunch of little stores inside of it that each sell something different. And one of my favorite ones to constantly go to each and every time I'm there, and my wallet doesn't enjoy it at all, but it's the art store inside of it. And this time I actually went a little smaller when it came to my art, but there's a good reason for it, and I'll show you why. A lot of times you'll see postcards of the art just because they're smaller and they're easier to buy. These are all $4.99, and I got 5 of them. So the first picture I got are the Tiki Birds with Dole Whip. The second one is one of my favorite rides in all of Disney World, and it's called Here Comes the Bride, and it's based after the Haunted Mansion. So in my opinion, one of the most underrated films that Disney has ever made has been Hercules. I absolutely love this film. I love this photo with Pegasus and Meg and Herc. It's a very pretty picture. It's got really good colors, and I really like it. To follow the Hercules theme, the next 2 are also going to be based on Disney movies that I really enjoy. The second one is going to be Tangled. I absolutely love this artwork. There's a whole lot going on there, so it draws your eyesight to a few different spots, but it doesn't take away from Rapunzel in the boat with Flynn. I think it does a really good job of keeping all the colors right. It's a very pretty picture overall. And last but not least, we have Mulan, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. To me, this is one of the best paintings I've ever seen of Mulan. I absolutely love the stance that she's in with the sword. It's her transitioning to Ping, her male counterpart in the movie. When I was down there, I actually saw the art for this one that it was based on, and I absolutely fell in love with it. What I really like doing with postcards is if you don't have the money for the big artwork, but you want something that's a little bigger than a postcard to fill up a spot on a wall, get a few of them and put them together. Something like this. And just like that, you have something like this. It utilizes all 3 pictures really well, and it shows them off. I think the black really contrasts with the whole thing, so it definitely focuses your eyes on the painting, which I really like. Alright, so to make a long story really short, the battery started going on this, so I had to apologize and cut it off right there. I wanted to give it a couple days to recharge all my batteries for my camera and for anything else I needed to charge, and instead of a couple days, it turned into a month. So it's now November. My apologies for that. Let's just continue on. So moving over to Epcot, we have this gigantic canister for water. I'll take a picture of it so you guys can actually see it, the logo on it, because you can't really see with the light here too well. But this thing was hugely beneficial because it carried at least, what, 6-7 water bottles full of water, if I had to roughly give an estimate. The only issue is that the hookup for it is this little thing up here. So I hooked my backpack through it, and it was kind of an inconvenience because I had to keep taking it off and it was kind of small. If I had to change anything about it, I may just go pick up one of those clips that hikers use, and I may use that instead. But this thing was a complete lifesaver. That was by far one of the hottest days on my trip, and I probably emptied this thing at least 3 times on that while walking around Epcot. This actually came in at $36.99, and it was over in the Norway Pavilion in Epcot. So for anybody who has watched my past videos, you'll know that Japan, out of all the places, is by far my favorite pavilion to go to. And I love going to the Mitsukoshi Shopping Center. Horribly sorry if I pronounced that wrong to anyone. That's how I've been pronouncing it for years. I'll actually have the name listed right here so you guys could see it firsthand. But I usually end up like going in there and getting something that has to do with either Japanese culture or video gaming. Usually Mario, Legend of Zelda, Final Fantasy, stuff like that. And a lot of times Pokemon, because when I was a kid, I would end up getting the cards and they were really good. So I had good luck down there. they're horribly expensive nowadays, and I'm getting a little smarter with my money. So when it comes to the cards, I ended up going with a Yu-Gi-Oh tin. It was really cool. It came with a bunch of packs in it, and it was only $24.95 compared to something this size for Pokemon, which would roughly cost you over $30. So this was really cool. It came with a bunch of different cards, and I really liked the aesthetic of it, and it held a lot of stuff. So this was my very first trip to the Food and Wine Festival, and I wanted to commemorate it with something that I could actually use and get a decent amount of use out of, that actually looked something that would actually like handle wear and tear over the years. And so I ended up picking up this I want to say it's used for wine mainly, but you can use it for anything else. It's a cup, but it's the 2019 Epcot Food and Wine International Festival, and I absolutely love this thing. It came in at $24.99. It's solid. It's got a little thing on the top, so if you have something in it, it won't spill, and you can just drink it out of the little hole in it right here. But this thing is awesome. Hand wash only, do not microwave. I'm not sure, has anybody actually put something like this in a microwave? You could do some real damage with this. So I'm going to show a little video right now of something that I picked up from my mom. It was a tote with Figment on it. It's like a Figment recipe bag. It was for the Food and Wine Festival as well. And it's really cool because it's a really well built bag. Like, it's a really good cloth bag. It also has a lot of detail and a lot of cool imagery on it. I thought it was a really cool find, so I wanted to make sure I got that for my mom. And that bag actually came in at a decent price. It was only $29.99, so I didn't see that as a bad deal whatsoever. And then a short jog right down the road, you have Animal Kingdom. And while I was there, I normally don't shop in Animal Kingdom. It's not one of my more favorite places to shop, but I wanted to make something worth it, and I ended up getting some pins. One of the pins I ended up getting was a Pandora World of Avatar Open Edition pin, which I think is really cool. This pin came in at $9.99, and I wanted to get something that kind of commemorated the Flight of Passage. I really like that ride. It's probably within my top 5, maybe easily within my top 10. So while that pin was over in the Pandora area by the Flight of Passage, as soon as you enter Animal Kingdom, there will be 2 stores, one on the left, one on the right in front of the Tree of Life, and I ended up picking up a few pins there as well. This one came in at $12.99. It is the Simba Conservation pin. I thought this pin was really cool. Obviously, it's got Simba on it, and they're really big with that right now with the Lion King coming out. But this one was $12.99, and it's the conservation pin. I'm also a huge Nightmare Before Christmas fan. This has absolutely nothing to do with Animal Kingdom, but I saw this pin there, and I wanted to get it real quick because this is one of the few places I actually saw this pin set in. But it's a 3-pin set with Lock, Shock, and Barrel from the Nightmare Before Christmas, and this came in at $19.99. And then the last pin I ended up getting at one of the stores in Animal Kingdom was for $17.99. It was a pop-up book, limited edition one. I think they have a few pop-up book type ones, but this one was for Mulan. And this one's really cool because when you open it, it actually has a little, very, very brief story of Mulan over here. So, pretty cool. Now hopping over to Magic Kingdom, I ended up picking up a decent amount on my 2 days, one for the Halloween party and one for my regular trip. For the pins that I picked up, I don't have the actual receipt because the receipt really got messed up, and she apologized for that. It was totally fine. So I'm actually going to, right here, I'm actually going to show a listing of the different colors of pins, because the pins are usually categorized by color, and each color is a different price. So I'll have those shown right here. So for this one, like for instance, this one is a yellow, and then I believe I have 2 silvers. Yes, that's right. So this yellow one is actually the queen, the evil queen from Snow White. Is one of my favorite villains of Disney. So I wanted to get this pin, which I think is really cool. It's got the little chest with the little heart and the little dagger sword going right through it. I think it's pretty cool. And to go along with that, I actually got one of the evil queen. The third pin I got from that set, it's a little gaudy for me. It's not something I usually get, but it's a Scrooge McDuck, and it's on a gold coin. This thing is huge. Like I said before, the Haunted Mansion in Magic Kingdom is one of my top 3 favorite rides in Magic Kingdom. So I wanted to pick up something that kind of resembles that ride to me. And right outside of the ride is a little gift shop. And I mean real small. Like, don't take strollers in that gift shop. It really takes people off. But I ended up getting this tumbler, which is really cool because it's all black. It's got red all over it with the Haunted Mansion on one side, and then going our way with the 3 Hitchhiking Ghosts on the other side. I don't know if you guys could see that too well, but it's really cool. This came in at $22.99. Another thing I actually ended up getting, which I'll show a little video clip right here because it was a gift to my dad, was a mug for the anniversary. It's been 50 years since the ride opened in the Disneyland Resort over in California, so kudos to them for making such a stellar ride that has really lasted the test of time, as well as a lot of the merchandise they made. This mug is really cool. For being a mug that's the $24.99 range, I was kind of worried that it may just be very basic, but the emblem on the front of it, the detail that goes into it, it's got a very unnoticeable like fine print all over the mug and somewhat on the inside with the lettering. Awesome job on Disney's part. And then the rest of the stuff at Magic Kingdom is all from the very fun Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. I almost wanted to say Christmas party, but it's from the Not So Scary Halloween Party. This is my first time going to that, and I had a blast. One of the items I actually picked up was this magic band. It was $34.99, but it's a limited release. Only so many of them were actually came out. That's the front of the box. It's the side of the box. That's got Mickey on the other side. That was really cool. And if we take it open, it's a really cool magic band. It's got a little castle on this side, a little spooky castle, and then all the way over here, you have Mickey and Minnie again. And then for $15.99, I wanted to make sure that I picked up the pin commemorating the event of the Halloween party, and that's what this one is. And again, that was at $15.99. It's got all the characters on the front trick-or-treating. And then I wanted to make sure I picked up this limited release, since apparently limited release pins just fly off the shelves nowadays. But this was the pass holder Not So Scary Halloween pin, and this also came in at $15.99. So my big purchase for the Halloween party was a 5-pin set for $100, and that actually came with Jafar, Captain Hook, Oogie Boogie, Maleficent, and the Evil Queen, and I absolutely love this set. So the reason I went with this set compared to the other ones is because this was the only set that you could get the Evil Queen in. There were only 1,500 of these sets actually made, so these were probably going to fly a lot faster than the other one. You could get Hades, which I'm a huge fan of Hades. You could get Hades in another set that was framed, and only 500 of those sets were made, and that was the only place you could get Hades. The issue is that was also $200. I'm not paying $200 for pins. $100 is like my max. I won't go above that. But this was awesome. I'm glad I was able to get something like this, and I'm going to treasure this for a really long time. And I don't have it on me right now, but I'll show a quick image right here so you guys can see it. But I ended up getting the annual pass holder Halloween party shirt that came in at $29.99. Absolutely love this shirt. It's my first one that I've gotten for an event like that. I have a Christmas one, so I wanted to make sure I got the Halloween one as well. Absolutely love this shirt. It's a blast, and it also glows in the dark, which I didn't know until I was trying to sleep. I looked over and it was glowing in the dark, and it scared the crap out of me. And then moving over to the last park of my trip, and that was Hollywood Studios, especially with Galaxy's Edge. I wanted to visit that one so bad. It was an epic day, an epic park. Had so much fun there, and some of the stuff I picked out was actually really cool as well, like the Sprite and Coke bottles that you may have seen in my video. These were $6 a piece. They have a Diet Coke as well, but I really don't like Diet Coke. Ugh. I ended up picking up these, and these were actually really cool. The issue that I'm having is that on the Coke one, this top doesn't really stay on the cap anymore, because it's supposed to stay on there and you could just twist it off and twist the cap back on. So I may have to glue this one back on, but other than that, these were awesome little souvenirs to take home from the park. You can't go to Star Wars without getting a thing of blue milk, and I got the commemorative collector's, whatever you want to call it, bottle that they can come in. This was $24.99. The reason it's so expensive is obviously because Disney can charge a little bit more for their commemorative stuff like this, but it also glows blue, which is really cool, especially when you have drinks in there. The blue milk wasn't that bad either. They also have a lower, shorter cup that's a lot less expensive. You can easily go with that, and instead of paying the $24.99. The only reason I got this one is because I don't really get these a whole lot. Like, this is the only one I have. So I kind of wanted to go all out, and this being a really fun trip for me. But yeah, this was a cool find. So one of the cool things I picked up in Galaxy's Edge from the Black Spire Outpost was this tumbler, but it also has a diffuser on the inside. You can kind of see that. But yeah, it's actually really cool. This was $21.99. Yep, $21.99. Solid build. Like, it's a really hard, clean plastic. Rubber top, good for sealing in anything. I mean, it's almost water. I want to say it's almost waterproof. At least it feels like it could be waterproof. But yeah, this is absolutely awesome. I love this. I've used this quite a few times already. And the last item from this trip was an open edition pin that I got. It's only $9.99. It was for the Black Spire Outpost, obviously in Galaxy's Edge. But I wanted to get something to kind of commemorate my trip there. But that's going to do it for this trip. I had a blast. There was a lot more bought than I thought I was going to go down there and get, just because I saw so much of Galaxy's Edge and the Halloween party, and I wanted to make sure I commemorated those events, especially the Food and Wine Festival. I've never done that one before, and that one is a huge fan favorite for anyone who travels to Epcot. So what I really like about buying souvenirs down in Florida is that usually you end up buying something that kind of means something a lot to you. I bought a jar from The Nightmare Before Christmas that actually looks like the jar that Sally has from the movie. That's awesome to me, just for the fact that I love that movie. It actually means a lot to me. But a lot of the stuff that I ended up buying, a lot of the Halloween stuff, the Haunted Mansion stuff, the Galaxy's Edge, a lot of this stuff means something to me. So what I want you to do is take a couple minutes and fill out something in the comment section below on an item or two that you may have picked up in a Disney trip. Doesn't matter if it's Disney World, Disneyland, Disneyland Paris, Disneyland Tokyo, whatever it is. If it has a true impact on you, like you have a connection with it, you bought it because it commemorates something, make sure to let me know and leave it in the comment section below. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Take care, and I will see you all next time. Peace out.